Hello and welcome to Catapult CMS, your content management system, otherwise known as How to Edit Your Website. This is the first in our Getting Started video tutorial series. Logging into your Catapult dashboard can be done in a few different ways. The first and most common is to hit the login button with Google. Ultimately, your tech team can sync login to your Active Directory login or use manual user password. Login is either or, so you'll only be able to log in the way that your district or Catapult created your user accounts. Once inside Catapult, you will land on the district dashboard. The intention of the dashboard is to be a one-stop shop for any information that needs to be posted quickly and/or posted to multiple school sites. The concept of Catapult is to help make integrated communication a breeze. So you spend less time logging in and making updates and more time taking care of the important things in life. The dashboard includes users, announcements, staff directory, alerts, and school manager. It addresses much of the information that we consider dynamic or that needs to be accomplished quickly from a mobile device. It is responsive on your cell phone, so you can do things like go to a basketball game and post things straight to your website on the fly. Now, before we move on, I want to point out a very helpful button up here in the top right corner called Help. This will take you straight to our knowledge base where there are articles of each specific feature, as well as a Submit a Ticket button, which gives you access to our support center. We pride ourselves on having excellent support, so don't hesitate to reach out. Starting with the Manage Websites section, we'll go through this area from left to right. Here in your Websites tab, you can see all the websites you have access to. Catapult uses a concept called subsites to break off sections of the website like chapters of a book. If you only have access to one area of the site, it will show up here. Just click the arrow by the website name. You'll see what areas you have access to. You'll know if you have access if you have the edit button. If you need more information on how to create a subsite or unattach a website, go to our video tutorial on subsites. One more useful thing from this section is that you can go to the Options section and view your staging link or live website link here. If you're going through this training, it's possible we haven't launched your website yet, so it can be helpful to have the staging link to see what your site is going to look like. Next, let's chat about users. You can manage users from a centralized location and assign them to sites or subsites. You can also give teachers access to their own teacher websites here. Control of user accounts is highly granular, so you can upgrade or downgrade users to give varying levels of access to different features. Each user group has access to add and edit users below their own user group. Therefore, developers can add site administrators and site users. Site administrators can only add site users, and site users can't add or edit any other users. If you need access to edit one of the users but don't have the ability, reach out to your district technology team or Catapult support team. Before we discuss how to add and edit users, let's talk about permissions. Developers have all the access to advanced features, including HTML files. Site administrators have access to the whole site by nature. You cannot limit a site administrator to have access to only one section of the site. And site users can be assigned to subsites and specific sections of a single website. If you need more information on users, there is a user video in our knowledge base that is more specific. To add a user, just hit the plus new user button. As we mentioned before, there are 3 ways to set up your login with Catapult. First, you can use Google. Second, you can go manual, or finally, we can set up your configuration to sync with your Active Directory account. Toggle on the features and change permissions for each of the feature according to what you want your user to have. That's it. Just hit save and you're ready to go. Let's talk about announcements. The announcement feature displays on the website in a feed, slideshow, or blog view to provide a quick way to notify your families of announcements and news in your district. It can be styled in different ways on each design, so it might look differently depending on the design. This blog-like feature allows users to add announcements to one or all school sites or select groups of school sites such as high school, middle school, or elementary. You can even add multiple feeds per site. This feature also allows you to share directly to social media and direct traffic back to your websites. To add even more convenience, you can also push announcements from Catapult Connect, which can simultaneously send families information via email, text, website, social media, and app notifications. This is, of course, if you have Catapult Connect. Posts appear instantly on your site. All announcements will show on the list and you can edit them with the edit button. For the purpose of this training video, I am going to add a new announcement. Title is required. You'll want to add something eye-catching if possible. You can keep your post as active or schedule it so you can post in advance. You can also add an end date so it will automatically disappear from your website. However, an end date is not required. Many districts choose to leave the end date blank, so posts will remain on the site as an archive in the CL announcements section. If you are a district, you can post important posts to your school sites. We suggest you only push posts to the school site that are important district-wide notifications. Otherwise, we recommend you allow schools to update their own announcements. The priority toggle allows you to overwrite the default order and set your priority item at the top of the post. You can set your priority setting to top, mid, low priority if your site's a district. If you are a school site, you'll only have mid to low priority. Your district can post items above your posts. If you're wondering how a post got on your page, someone at the district probably wants it there. You can also add categories to your post, which will allow your post to be sorted more accurately. Now, you're set to add the content to your post. Add text, pictures, and documents. Remember to add ADA text to any pictures that you add. And you can also add YouTube videos if you prefer instead of a picture. When you're done, hit Save Post, and your announcement will be automatically added to the announcement feed on your website. Finally, if you want to share to social media, just hit Share Post and select Facebook or Twitter. The first time you do this, make sure to allow pop-ups from this site and share as a page. Remember, all of this is mobile responsive and can be used from your cell phone. Note that in the CMS, it'll give you different styles on how to display your feed, but the editing from your post will still need to be done in the dashboard. Here's the CMS element. This is an advanced feature, but if you're interested in a new feed that can be displayed on different pages, you can ask our support team for assistance. Now, let's move on to the staff directory. The staff directory can be synced with an automated nightly import to automatically sync your staff to your district's database, or it can be manually edited so that the school sites have access to the information. If you have an edit button, then you have manual access to the directory. Our staff directory allows you to edit staff, group by department, and add pictures and profiles. You can move staff members between sites or between departments, and they will dynamically update on your website. You can hit the green plus new staff button to add a new staff member or edit current staff members with the edit button. Editing fields are highly intuitive. The feature allows you to prioritize staff, add profiles, and add additional sites and departments, which will populate on different pages. Here's an example of how a site used the staff directory department tags to populate different areas of their site with the staff directory using the staff directory advanced element in the CMS. You can do this in lots of different ways, and it's very convenient. Again, populating a site with a couple clicks of a button. The next section is the alerts section. Alerts allow you to add a pop-up to your website and can push these alerts to all school sites or just the school you want to add the pop-up to. After you click the Alerts tab, you'll be given 5 alert types to choose from, each with a convenient icon. The alerts area is very similar to the announcements editing experience, but has a much different look when you go to the website to see it. Let's give it a try. If I click New Alert, it opens up my editing screen where I can schedule the date and time of the alert, pick the sites it should go to, add documents, and alert content. The alert type over here is really just the look of your image. If you prefer to use your own image rather than these icons, you can do so by using the default alert and clicking here on the image. Just remember to add alt text. That's it. All your active alerts will then show up on the homepage of your selected sites like so. Alerts stack, so you can have a few different alerts and they'll still show up stacking on top of each other. Just be careful not to add too many. Last but not least is the School Manager. Our School Manager program can dynamically update all schools' information and can update the website and CMS app simultaneously. It also collates all school information in one easy-to-use searchable location. You can also add resources and icons, which will display on your website if your template has School Manager functionality built in. Finally, you can display the School Manager output on a searchable schools page. Information that is added into the School Manager in the dashboard will dynamically populate your sites in all the areas it is set up to display. Thank you for watching the Catapult Dashboard training. Up next, we'll get into the drag and drop editor.